be good.
Cheers, Dan. Hello and welcome back to Easy Rollers. This is Amion episode 8. And the recap. Last episode, the party were introduced to their saviours in this cold, dark, and wet keep. They were invited to join them at a camp set up in the keep's audience chamber. They were told of how dire the situation was, and there was only enough food for one last meal, which they were about to take. They were also told that the upper levels had been sealed off to prevent further attacks from the troglodytes, and that a magically sealed door in the storage room might offer salvation, but so far, nothing had been found to help them access it. The party convinced these men, who revealed themselves to be a party of soldiers in the Order of the Gauntlet, to join them as they searched the upper levels for something that might help gain access through this door. They didn't find much until they made their way up to the library at the very top of the keep, which used to have a domed glass roof, but had been smashed for centuries, leaving it exposed to the cavern. They successfully dispatched one of these creatures lurking in the library and found some magically sealed cases containing what might be the answers they've been looking for. Not sure what to do, the staff Opal found began speaking once again to her and tried to convince her of the magic word needed to open the cases. Not convinced, they returned down to discuss their options, and one of the Gauntlet men revealed an old book he found that alluded to the staff being right. Finally, they gained access to 2 of the 4 cases, retrieving a key and journal that seemed to detail the time before and directly after the convergence. And, before we left the adventurers pondering what to do next, the voice told Opal that it would be seeing her soon and went silent. And we found ourselves in the library, I do believe, with a key, a journal, and 2 unopened cases. That's where we find ourselves now, where there are no more notes to be read aloud, and you guys can take over from me.
Right, so we can't open. We can or can't open either cases. We can't. Come on.
So magically, you cannot open the other 2 cases. Heed those words. Magically.
You can try to break them.
I leave it up
I'm
to
just
you.
gonna push one off of the stand.
Would it be worth just taking the cases back downstairs with us and breaking
Yes.
them behind the barricades there, rather than up here?
Yeah.
Do we want to be
Definitely,
making a lot of noise up in this room?
I'm gonna pick up the one with the bagging.
Did we open the one with the boots, or is that still closed?
No.
You open
Yeah.
the one with the key, you open the one with the journal, but you didn't open the one with the boots or the bag.
I'll see if I can pick up the boots one then and take it down.
Ooh. And I am going to use some weighty dice from the D&D magazine series that's been coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Mm.
So, are we proceeding here?
Taking the boxes downstairs.
Yep. You take your time. Quietly, I presume, because you're in the open, effectively, to this cavern. The ground floor of the library. Do you want to take them down into the practice chamber?
Yes, the practice. I don't want to say no. I don't think it's wise.
Cool. Yeah. So you're armed with the key, the book, and 2 glass cases.
Is it worth rebuilding the barricades? So
Yeah, I reckon we should get them rebuilt. We didn't destroy them, did we? We just took them apart.
You took them
moved
down,
stuff.
yeah, so you could get in there. Captain Braxton would sort of be, I think it'd be a good idea to barricade the door again if you're done up there.
I think so, but yeah, let's put it up, and we can always
Yeah,
pull it
gonna
down
help
later.
put it back. So get it built.
Yeah.
And then head down the stairs after it's built.
useless. I will assist with that. Climb, you lazy buggers.
Okay. So, we get the barricade put up. You get back down to the practice space on the first floor, effectively. And you have these two glass cases which are not open. You have you're armed with the journal and also the key.
I'm gonna try hitting the box with my dagger. I'm not gonna throw it. Just see if I can chip away. If it'll damage it or crack it slightly, rather than just full smash.
What the closed glass cases?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't take much effort. They do actually break open freely.
Nice. So I've got the one with the bag.
The one with the bag. I bet you've picked the one thing that I haven't printed off prior to streaming. Where's all the paperwork gone? No, I think you've picked the one thing that I don't have open.
I'll put my foot through the other one while this is going on.
So that one of them is Boot of Elven Kind, I think, off the top of my head. When the document opens. Masters Keep Dungeon. Oh, do you know what? I'll just I'll text you what it is because where the heck have I put it all? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So basically, I think it's like a Boots of Elven Kind and like a bag of holding, basically.
Nice.
But I will text that across to you on the private channel. Rather than try and spend a million years trying to find it. But that's what you end up with the other two cases. You can break them open. They do open up quite freely.
Cool.
Right, so who wants to put a bet on this key opening that door downstairs?
Seems like it might do.
Go and give it a try, can't we? So
Okay. Does anyone need a rest before?
No, I'm okay.
We
Anyone
go?
else?
Nothing.
we'll take the paper bag off your head.
Yeah,
We
but-
can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, guys. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good.
I was only asking, being a mysterious man. Open and mysterious, and the only one that really fought since we got here. Thank you. Then yeah, I think we should head down then.
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. So sorry, it was a bag of tricks and Boots of Elven Kind. Bag of tricks from the Dungeon Master's Guide, page 154.
D&D Beyond.
I think that we need to roll on something there if I remember off the top of my head. But anyway, that's fine. So bag of tricks and Boots of Elven Kind were the other two items that you could easily get to. Now that you've explored them a bit more.
I wonder if Gotter would benefit from these boots.
Well, I mean, I've always been a bit of a fashion victim, but you wouldn't know it to look at me. They certainly couldn't do any harm because I'm a little bit clanky.
At least cushion the ground a bit from your feet.
Well, it'd make me that bit taller as well, wouldn't it?
That's true.
But they got a Cuban heel.
Platforms of elven kind.
Disco stew boots of elven kind. We go for
You know
some
what?
bomb.
We could definitely go with that platform of Elven Kind. Well, mind you, you had that little crank, didn't you? You could like jack yourself up a little bit.
That was it. Yeah, just a little bit. With a little bit of winding and suddenly a bit of an extension going on in the boneta for dipping. Yeah.
So, did you want to attack the cellar door with this key that you found?
Yeah.
Oh,
Attack,
We,
why
we
attack?
could just put it in the lock.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a
yes,
door at the top? Sorry.
There was a
Sorry.
door at the top as well. There
Yeah,
is
there was a
a
door at
door
the
on that floor that we're on now. It could be
in
that door.
in the library, or not the library,
The practice area.
the
There was a
first
door.
floor. We had the practice area, and then you went down south to the southernmost door. No, that key does not have any bearing on that door.
I think I
unfortunately.
tried it there, did I not? I think I tried it and you said
No,
it's
no,
not.
you didn't. You didn't try that key
I
on the
didn't.
door. No, no, no.
Right, yeah. We might as well have tried anyway. It's fine.
And we didn't find a key while we were looking around. Captain Fiddly Flop, whatever your name is, you haven't got the key for that bottom room, have you? There,
Captain Braxton.
that's the fella.
No, I don't have a key to go in that door. It seems to be magically sealed. Something of that nature.
And
Right.
abracadabra didn't work.
An abracadabra absolutely did not.
Right. I suppose we couldn't be borrowing one of your soldiers to use as a battering ram then.
I'd rather you did not smash someone's head against the door.
Right. Okay. How about his feet?
Nice.
Oh, I would rather you. No.
Right. Okay. So that's that one out then. Well, it's as well to ask, isn't it? Because you never know. You might get a yes.
It's just as well to ask. You never know.
I don't suppose you feel like volunteering yourself, Captain.
No, I do not. I'm afraid.
That's all right. Well, again, thought it was worth the ask. I'm short enough already. I don't need to get any shorter.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, let's go down. We'll go down.
Mysterious man, say nothing if you want to be used as a battering ram.
Nothing.
Excellent. He wants to be used as a battering ram. No, right. Let's go and tackle this cellar door then. Damn it.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm leaving a convenient place to cut this because Kerry's decided to put the kettle on. So it's
Well, it suits her.
yeah, it's going to be a bit noisy in the background.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
Can't hear it at all.
I
I can't
Really?
hear it.
It's like a
Okay,
stealth kettle. Great.
I can always hear it in our recordings, but I'm sorry about the blunders at the beginning. I was so flustered. I was so
You're
like
grand.
I spent so long on all that streaming stuff and then it didn't work, and I was like, "Ah."
I've got a friend that Twitch streams, so I can have a chat with him.
That would be
tomorrow.
really cool. That'd be really cool if you could, because it's so stressful trying to get everything done and focus on this. It just absolutely, I lose my focus on this because I'm so focused on that.
Yeah, if you text me through what's actually wrong with it, and I'll send it through to him.
Okay. I mean, even if he wants to run the bloody stream, that'd be brilliant.
I know he's just fried his computer, so I don't think that's possible. But I can ask him.
All right, mate. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, no, it just flusters me so much. I mean, we've had it a couple of times before. Things went wrong, and it just flustered me to the point where the whole game went awry because I was so worried about the stream.
Nah, I
But,
get it, man.
it's fine. It's fine. We're playing now. Kerry's just done her kettle, so shall we continue? Sorry. So picking up point. So when I come to edit this, who was saying what?
Oh, we were just heading towards the door.
The cellar door.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so you make your way back downstairs, the ground floor, and you go into the what's it called? You go into the storage room, and in the storage room is the cellar steps, or steps down to what you presume is the cellar, and a magically sealed door.
Who's got the key? I think
I've
Bane has
got the
got a key.
key. Yeah, I've got the key.
Do we leave it upstairs?
Very cool.
No, I have Opal hesitate. So I'm trying really slowly, and I try to listen if there is any noise before I put the key in.
Give me a perception check.
Let me see. 15.
You place your ear to the door.
Yeah.
There is no sound on the other side. It's definitely quiet.
Good. So I put the key into the keyhole and I unlock.
Well, it's not so much you put the key into the keyhole. It's kind of a bit like the key is like a shaft with almost like a crest on the end, and you see there's a recess for it, and you press it into it, and that kind of releases whatever magical bond is on the door, and you hear some mechanical chunk 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 chunk, chunk, and then the door parts in the middle and slides open. It's stone, and it slides open.
Nice.
And what you're greeted with is a short passageway, which leads then into a regular old cellar.
Okay.
And the first room you descend into is entirely unremarkable. There are old burnt out torch sconces, some rubble on the floor, puddles of dirty old water, some rotting sacks, and it's even colder than the levels above it. The door leading into the next room is practically falling off its hinges. They are rusted and broken.
I don't perceive nothing like this. I don't-
Of course, you have no dark vision, do you? So, but I think
Do we not have
Gottel's
light? Do we not
Oh,
have
I've got
the...
produce.
Gottel was
Yeah.
casting the lantern on repeat, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you've got light. You've got light. You can
I've got
see this.
Produce flame as well.
Yeah, you can see
Forgot
this.
that. That's fine. Just have a quick look around and see if there's anything of interest.
There is nothing. It's an old, rotten, dirty, disgusting room. There is nothing in here of any worth or anything, really.
See what's
Takes me
going
back
through
to
the
my
other.
days as a gigging bard. This is just like the dressing rooms at the Alhambra.
If you want to go back to the maps channel, it is the furthest. It's the leftmost map section. You're in D1, basically.
Right,
Oh
so
god. Yeah. Just need to go through that door then.
Yes, you got a door to the south, which takes you into the next room.
Yeah, I think we should go. Have we still got the guards with us?
They're with you if you want them to be.
Yeah.
we-
I
we're
propose we
looking, we're
move on.
looking for a way out, so they might as well come along, can't they?
Yeah.
You never know when
Um,
we might need a door knocking down.
So going through that doorway to the south, it's practically falling off its hinges, and you pretty much well knock it down as you touch it to go through. The next room is full of rubble, and what looks like some of the earth between the floor above and the ceiling has collapsed in. But what's plain for all to see is the next door, which is made of stone. So that's the door to the west, in the bottom west corner of the room. Again, podcast listeners, this will all be up on our social media for you to go and have a look at. So the room is full of rubble, what looks to be earth from the floor above. This ceiling has collapsed in, but what's plain for all to see is the next door, which is made of stone. On it, and what appears to be written in old blood, is a message that says, "Don't speak."
Silent.
Do we all see that?
You can
Yeah.
all see it. It's very easy to read. In blood, old dry blood written on the wall, and the door. Don't speak.
Well, this is going to make for a fun podcast, isn't it?
It's going to make for a fun podcast. I realised that when I did it, but I was like, no, this is going to be a grid puzzle.
And we don't know. Do we know any
Now-
sign language that we can?
Now, what I will say is, it says don't speak because it is a podcast. If you want to call it stage whispering, I will allow for you to talk, but we will consider it whispering.
Is
However,
there
However, if you are going to do so, you must make a stealth check because you are whispering in a stealthy way, but the stealth check determines are you talking too loudly.
Tell you what.
What's the
so-
floor made of?
yeah, exactly. What's the floor made
The
of? We have the
floor is-
same thought.
The floor is stone.
Excellent. Are there any loose bits of rubble around?
There's loose bits of rubble all over the place.
Excellent. I'm going to get a loose bit of rubble and I'm going to use it to write on the stone.
Okay.
As you can do, stone on stone, and it'll draw the letters out. What the fuck does it mean? No talk! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Hashtag WTF.
If you're expecting an answer, no answer comes.
Opal, you can see she bites her finger, and then with blood she writes, "I have no clue, but maybe we should proceed and see what it is ahead."
It's a lot of blood.
Well, maybe I will eat you later.
There is no response to either of these attempted messages to the blood door.
No, I'm not talking to the door. I'm talking to
Yeah, I'm not
everyone
talking to
else.
the door, I'm talking to the group.
Oh, to each other. Oh, sorry, I
Yeah.
misunderstood.
It's a way of communicating that doesn't involve talking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
sorry.
write
No,
on the stones.
I misunderstood that. That's fine.
Is there anything else in the room? It's just
Just rubble, and it's an old dirty cellar.
I'll use one of the stones and write open on the door.
Yeah.
Open writes me. Sorry.
Use one of the stones to cross out the nt, so it says do speak.
None of these
Yeah.
efforts make any difference.
So, again, using a stone to write it out on the cobbles after wiping out the last set with my foot. It says don't speak. Do you think we can sing?
I'm gonna write back. Probably not.
I can sing.
Write friend and you can enter.
I mean, again, on the stones. I could play the bagpipes and see if music will unlock the bugger.
Shaking her
could-
head like no.
I'll start assembling the pipes.
Definitely not.
I-
Take.
Can we see
I could
where?
cast.
Sorry, go on.
So
I could cast
I
fire from the. Oh, sorry. You carry on.
just if I see you doing the pipes, I'm little coming really close to you, very gently, not attacking or anything, very gently, and just hold your hand like, and then I look at you and I'm shaking my head like no.
All right, I'll go. Okay, make that shrug of resignation. Put my bagpipes away and start unpacking my drum kit.
Um,
Oh god.
Am I able to
bad.
check the door over?
Are you able to do what now?
Have a look at the door, because
Yeah, you
is that
can
what
absolutely-
it just like check it over, check see if there's any mechanisms or anything on it.
It is. Give me an investigation roll if you want to.
Oh, 2. Got a
It's
2.
it's like a big slab of stone in the doorway.
Okay. Can I just push on the door, see if it opens?
Pushing it doesn't do anything.
Pulling it?
Sorry, say again.
Pulling it?
If you lean on it.
Pulling.
No, pulling.
Oh, pulling. Sorry. No, pulling doesn't do anything either.
Can we see where the source of the dry blood might be from? Is there a body anywhere?
There's no bodies anywhere. So it's a warning that's been left, and that person has gone. Or someone left that warning and then left. But the body is not evident.
And what do you say the floor was made of?
Stone.
Stone. Are there any hinges on this door at all?
Why don't you investigate the door for me?
I'll investigate the door to see if it's got hinges and such, or a latch. Oh my god, it's those dice again. 13.
It's enough. You would notice that the door has like a recess all around it, in like the sort of like a sliding mechanism that you would recognise it slides one way. Probably to the right.
Right, so I'll gesticulate that in weird robot sign language.
For podcast listeners, Gossel is gesturing to the right with a sliding mechanism, a sliding motion.
And I will try and slide the door.
It slides.
Oh.
Makes a little bit of noise, but it slides.
Heave! Slide.
A thumbs up.
You are, again, I'll refer you back to the maps channel. You are then presented with a large square room, and in the middle of it is a square grid.
Yes, we're going to play chess.
Now, what is it going to do? On that square grid I'm going to share to the maps channel when I reacquaint myself with where I put it. It's like a crossword. But I can't remember where the hell I put it.
Bugger.
Places?
That's a crossword.
Ah, here we are.
Boogers.
Magister's Cellar.
Arse biscuits. That's another crossword, but it won't fit on that grid.
Teat waffles.
Documents. This is not very compelling for podcast listeners. I'm sorry, but
Richie Sunak, those two crosswords.
where is it? Under places. Okie dokie. If you go to the maps channel, have a little goosey gander. This is so you got this grid, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 25 square grid, and it's full of letters.
Oh.
So in the maps channel, so now, obviously again, this doesn't work very well for podcasts. It's a grid of letters. It's a 25 square grid of letters. Perhaps it means something. We don't know because
We ain't figured it out.
players have to figure it out. Okay, podcast listeners. The first line, or the top line, is PESTR. In fact, have yourself a pen and pencil. Write this down. Pause it as I say this, and see if you can figure it out. So the first top line is PESTR. Next line down. Pardon me. GUHYU. Next line down. FWANO. Next line down. EHIEA. Next line down on the last line, RTSOP. Now pause the podcast at this point, see if you can figure it out, and then come back and see if these guys figure it out. This is real
I
exciting.
am so bad with.
This is nail biting stuff.
Or
But
try
this
and
is
figure
this
it
is
out at the same time as us and see if you can beat us. Go.
I'm
right.
so
Here we
bad
go.
with riddles.
What we
Spoiler
on now?
alert, you're all going to beat us.
It is currently 21:25 in 3, 2, 1. It is 9:25 on Thursday, the 18th of January. Guys, go. You have to
2024.
figure. 2024. Figure.
Did you say
Figure this.
25?
Did I say 25? I don't know. You guys figure this out, okay? And podcast listeners, well, on your podcast thing, you should be able to comment on whether you figure this out or not. So just go for it, guys. You go for it. Let's see who gets there first. I mean, hopefully you guys do before the podcast listeners do. But I mean, let's see who gets there in the shortest amount of time. I guess I don't know. Let's just go for it. So that's what you're confronted with. It's in the maps channel.
Well,
Now remember the words. Don't speak.
Oh.
This is really but you can, as already stated, do stage. We'll call it stage whispers.
Is there anything else in the room?
So, referring to the maps channel, pardon me. Yeah, you've got on the opposite side of the room a locked or a shut door of the same sort of device as what you came through, like a stone door. But to the right-hand side of this room, you've got rubble that breaks through the wall and seems to go into a cavernous space.
Is there any other markings or anything in the actual room?
Nope.
No.
Completely
And
barren.
are these sort of? I take it this gridding is like on the floor,
It's all on the
like
floor.
engraved on the floor.
It's on like quite obvious stepping stones, a bit like in Indiana Jones where he has to spell out Jehovah or something like that. A bit like that. Obvious stepping stones.
right. And there's no stones that are more worn than the others, is there?
Nope. Everything is as it is. It is literally a crossword.
It's not a crossword, Ted. That's not how crosswords work.
It's similar to a crossword.
It's one of those damned bastard word searches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I looking at it. It says don't speak, but it doesn't mean you can't whisper.
Well, that's what I
And
said.
you-
You can.
And you can actually spell with the stepping stones whisper.
Yeah.
Is the bottom row the row closest to us?
Yes, the bottom row. The bottom row, RTSOP is the closest to you.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is which of the R's we're going to use and which of the P's.
Yeah, I mean, there's a door right on the other side of the room, isn't there? So can I just go and have a look at the door while everyone else is playing with the puzzle?
You can have a look at the door.
I'm going to go and have a look at the door.
You can also spell shout as you progress up through the gridding. SHOUT.
Yeah, you can. That might be our best bet so far.
Does the door open?
No, this one is firmly shut.
I'm going to start scratching on the door with a small stone in the belief that I'll burrow away through the stone with my pedal before we solve this word grid thing.
How quiet are you being about this?
Exceedingly quiet. I'm just rubbing it gently. I
Okay.
don't want to go too fast. I want to give them a chance with the word puzzle.
Is there anything written on the walls or anything?
Nope. It's completely barren, devoid of anything, apart from the inscriptions on these stones.
I'm gonna cast Find Familiar and get a cat and get it to sit on the letter S.
Ah,
Does that does that count as a physical being or spiritual being?
Mine is slightly weird. 1 second. The only thing is it's Fey instead of Beast. That's all it says.
Doesn't say where it's spiritual or
Summon a spirit that assumes the animal form.
a spirit.
you can also spell
I will
sings.
go with the assumption a spirit has no weight or mass kind of thing.
Rings.
And so you don't learn anything from it, it just sits upon it and you learn nothing.
Right, what have I got in my inventory? You picked
What did you want
giant
to
crystal.
stand on?
That's what it says. Artifacts, personal life.
Say again, Gottle.
What did you want it to stand on? Rolio.
The letter S.
Right, I will summon Unseen Servant, and I will give him whatever I've got in my inventory that isn't too valuable. I'll give him my bagpipes
Not the back.
and a small potato, and he can go off and stand on the letter S.
Did you have a potato?
So he has some mass to him then, some weight.
Yeah, carrying some bagpipes and a potato.
And some
The
starch.
S breaks and crumbles and gives way. And the servant doesn't, because obviously it's just a spirit, but the bagpipes fall onto a pit trap, like spiked pit trap.
Oh, my potato! And those bagpipes will never play the same again.
I'm gonna make a roll.
Roll the oak.
Not noisy enough. Not noisy enough. You got away with this one.
I'll write on the floor that it's not sharp.
I will
You know what,
write,
I think-
no shit, Sherlock.
I think it might be a path. We just need to find the right letter.
I've got a spare dagger. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, give it a dagger, and tell it to go and sit on the letter R.
The letter R. Why don't you give me a D20 roll?
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Rather than me doing it for you.
That's a 16.
The stone, as the dagger is dropped, crumbles. But there's not enough mass that it makes too much noise. Crumbles and falls away.
What is this word?
I think
I go
writing this
away.
down.
Sorry.
I think because there's one door on one side and one door the other, we need to make a path out of a word that gets from one door to the other.
Yeah.
Think. It's finding a word. And
Actually,
like great
writing
words.
on that stone, right? Well, we could have gusto.
What does Opal and Mystery Man think of it all?
The mystery man goes back into the other room and finds some like larger rocks.
Right, okay.
And he
Oh, sorry.
he come back into the other room. As he comes back in, he just sort of casually tosses them on each of the stones.
No, no.
Okay.
Mary,
How many
forgot.
rocks on how many stones?
I'm gonna say he comes back with like probably about 3 rocks, and he just one at a time just casually chucks it across on each of the one.
Okay, hang on. Let me bring the. Where's my physical copy of this? So you guys already done R and S, was that right?
Mhm.
Which would leave you on the first row with T, O, and P.
Okay, he would chuck one onto the T.
Yeah,
Does anything happen?
not on the T.
Okay. Uh, from the T, he will go on to the next row and probably chuck one onto the E.
Nothing happens.
Just to test his theory, though, he does chuck another one back onto the T just in case it might be a weighty thing.
Nothing happens.
Okay. As he does that, he turns around and goes back and maybe get about another 2 more
Right.
and come back in, and he tests his theory again one more time on the T, then puts another one onto the E.
Nothing happens in either case.
Okay. I think we got the first letter and maybe the second. I'm not 100% sure. Are you guys able to try it again if I give you a dagger? And just try the T.
I can
Sure.
always, if it is easy, I can always take like a dagger and put it on a rope and go on the ceiling and push it from there down. If we don't have access to, if we don't have enough spells and mage hands to go through, I can do that maybe.
Mage hands are kind of. We try H with a stone.
So, well, what are you gonna do? Throw a stone onto it, or are you gonna
Yeah.
step on it?
I'll throw a stone onto it.
Nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna scribble on the ground, just the words "the way out,"
Okay.
and then I'm gonna work my way across. So it's THEWAY, and then down to OU, and then across to T.
You step on each of those stones. Dum, 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 dum. And they light up underneath your feet as you make your way across. And eventually, the door on the other side opens.
Woo!
I'll do a silent cheer. Poof. That was good.
Do you celebrate loudly or quietly?
Quietly, it's just like
Okay,
Break out
Someone
the
would
bagpipes.
They're too leaky.
yeah. Yeah, you yeah, that works. The way out is the answer, and you open the door on the other side.
yes, and go investigate the open door. Or
It takes
Gottles
you
already there actually.
it literally takes you through to a chamber which has what looks like an old what do we call it? Teleportation circle on the floor. Runes about it. Old, it needs to be reactivated. But yeah, that's what you find in this
And no mages
empty
and stuff.
chamber. And say again, sorry, Rodeo.
No mages in sight.
There are no mages. No, it's long, long abandoned and used.
Okay, and it's just that in there.
Just there,
Okay.
waiting to be used once more.
Would we recognise the runes at all? From the old runes?
Who read the journal?
I did.
Rodeo would recognise them. It's all part of. It's in the journal. It's there is a sequence of runes within the journal to activate this teleportation circle.
I'm gonna flip to the book. I'll try and find the sequence on there.
Quick
But,
question.
I wanted to check
Yeah.
the other room out.
You want to check out what? Sorry,
The cavern room.
cavern.
Yes.
Okay, how are you going to proceed into the cavern? The
I'm
cavernous
not.
space.
The cat is
And the cat
sacrificial
is
cat.
spiritual.
Yes.
Well, give us a stealth roll for the cat.
Oh. 1 second.
I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be. In fact, do it at advantage because it's probably going to be so stealthy anyway.
I mean, you keep saying it's spiritual, but I've never met a cat with firm religious convictions.
It's a 12 and then a 19. So
So the 19
yeah,
plus whatever its bonus is.
plus whatever it bonuses. Yeah, I'll get the cat up in a second.
19's fine. 19's fine. It wanders. How does this work? Do you see what it sees, or
It can contact. I think they can talk to me. Yeah, the flying committee can communicate you telepathically for up to 100 feet.
100 feet? Well, it doesn't go 100 feet before it contacts you telepathically and communicates back to you. There seems to be some huge amount of feathers and claws, but it seems to be resting, and there's more than one.
I'm just gonna bamf them back. And then I'm gonna quickly write. It's like we need to move now, and I'm gonna start using the sequence from the book.
And like Stargate, it's like as it all starts whirring up and and like locking in place. All these, no, it doesn't. But it's quite a cool visual. But yeah, that's what goes on. Is everyone going ahead with this? Is everyone going to jump in this thing? Are you taking the gauntlet men with you?
I mean, do they want to come or do they want to starve to death?
Oh, they're very keen to come with you if you're going to take them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
we should.
course.
Can't physically stop them, I guess. We don't
Yeah.
want to have their deaths on our conscience unless somebody does want to have their deaths on their conscience. I'm thinking here of the mystery man, but no,
I
I'll
think
take them. I'll take them.
Opal is holding the hand of one of these men, and she's taking him with her, like a child, like, come on, let's go.
That's
And,
And
your
smile to
future
him.
food source.
You all
Hack
you all
lunch.
step within you all step within the circle, and like I said, Stargate noises, and then you find yourselves stood
Diagonally.
diagonally. You find yourselves in the ruined
Death Star.
monastery grounds of the Manchester Keep farm.
Oh God. Thank God for that. Wait, did we find that teleportation circle? We didn't go up, did it? It's on the map, but we didn't go up to it.
No, you read about it in the journal last
Right,
session.
okay. Sweet. Oh yeah, because on the maps it's like that circle bit. I'm guessing there on the right of the house.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the ground. I haven't
Yeah.
specified a place, but it's within the grounds of the farm.
Okay. I think we can talk again.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
gauntlet men sort of looking about and, oh Christ, I didn't think I was going to see the sun again anytime soon. And it's kind of like midday, perhaps.
Well, you're more than welcome.
No,
sarcasm.
thank you. We very much appreciate it, lad.
I think you want. As I said, you're more than welcome. Right, we need to. I can't remember what we need to do. Second, look at the notes.
One of the, I think it was Newell, sort of turns to the other two and maybe we can go into the farmhouse and ask if they got some food. We haven't eaten properly in days. And the captain Braxton says, aye, that might be a good idea, lad. All right, let's go and knock the door. And they go off to the farmhouse, and the farmer comes out, opens the door, and after some discussion, they go in and seem to be getting taken care of.
I believe we're all done here.
What time is it?
About midday.
And
A day has probably passed since you went down below.
Okay.
so the question is, do we recover here or do we head back?
Have we
I
accomplished
think we should have
everything
a
there was to
rest.
want?
Did the farmhouse woman not want something?
It was kill the griffin.
Ah,
We killed the griffin. Well, we were supposed to capture the griffin, but we killed it.
And I believe they paid you for it as well.
Maybe we can stay and camp for a little bit and rest here in the farmhouse before we go back because we are all exhausted.
would be easier to rest in the relative safety rather than on the road.
Yeah, because it's a safe area. Maybe the farmer has a little bit of space for us to sit with them and maybe relax all together.
Mm.
Our friend can play the pipes to entertain us.
It was a
Yeah.
3-day travel, wasn't it?
2 days back to
2 days. Okay.
Orthbury. I was just really hoping you were going to go straight off because I cannot remember the name of the bloody farmer.
Let's call him Bob.
McDonald.
Avoid confusion.
Hold on. I might have the document here.
Raymond Silver.
Raymond Silver and his wife Marjorie.
Marjorie.
Well, if in doubt, we'll call him Farmer and Mrs. Farmer.
Farmer and
Yes.
Mrs. Farmer. No, it's Farmer Silbert and his wife Mrs. Silbert.
Yeah, the only reason we were at the farm was for the griffin and for Berlio to collect the trinket from the locket from the catacombs.
That's
which
right.
Exacerbated.
Yes. Right, well,
So yeah,
you're going as the
rest.
farmer for a space in the barn or something to settle down in for a bit, and I'll patch my bagpipes back up together.
Alright, while they go and do that, I'm going to sit and study the Book of Enoch.
Okie
bit more.
dokie. So, you ask the farmer, and he quite graciously offers you rooms within their house. You don't even have to sleep in the barn. He's quite happy for you to stay there if you want to overnight. He will ask of you that you probably milk the cows, fetch eggs, and I don't know, maybe harvest some apples from the orchard, something like that, in return, because this is the second time they put you up. So and they've stabled your horses as well. So
Yeah, can I just check as well with the summoning circle thing or whatever it was, teleportation device? Was there a mirroring device in the farm grounds,
there
or
in
did we
the
just turn up somewhere?
it was within the ruins of the old monastery. So Manchester's Keep. I think we sort of said
There is a map.
we said that with Manchester's Keep you had what was the monastery above ground, and then you had this castle keep thing below ground.
Right,
And,
gotcha. Yeah, got
and the keep was like the secretive place, but if they had to escape, I think it was in the journal from last episode, that they could teleport out, and that's how you got the impression you had to go into the cellar to get away. It could also have been in my blunderings at the start where I was flustered.
Yeah,
We're-
no, it's fine. I was just wondering if there was a set of runes that needed to be deactivated, what we came through, so we don't have anything following us out.
No, it's kind of one way, and if you don't know the sequence, you wouldn't be able to get through it anyway.
Right, that was it. It's just closing the stable door.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely fine. So podcast listeners, we were trying to stream this episode, and I do get a little bit flustered sometimes when stress builds up, and things were not working very well for the streaming end. So there was a little bit of blurb at the start, which I'm going to put into the pre. I'll re-record it for the pre-podcast. I'm just trying to reread it. Is it relevant to this right now? Not particularly. It's a little bit of loose end tie up. So no, in the last episode, you would have learnt in the journal that the Magisters had a pre-sequence. It was in the journal already from the last episode, and there was a teleportation circle that you could access, and the key in the book were the answers to getting to that. But yeah,
Okay. Before we rest, I'm going to go over to the hole we first entered it and blast the living life out of it until it collapses. So what I saw can't escape.
yes, you can absolutely destroy the entrance to the catacombs. I won't make you roll for it. You can pour all kinds of arcane energy into it and destroy it.
Perfect. There you
We're we in it.
go. And then
So Opal is doing all the chores happily that the farmer said, and she's kind of, with the man that she was talking before. So she's like, "Oh, come and help me." So try to ask for his help when,
I think you were
especially when she
sniffing.
goes
You were
to the
sniffing
orchard.
around Captain Braxton, weren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. He will happily. You are to his eyes a young girl.
Yep.
At,
Yeah,
at,
still.
at best a halfling. He might perceive you as a halfling or a human girl. But you probably don't have the traits of a halfling, so he would absolutely look at you and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll help you."
Yeah, and I'm just see what I've got. I've got a bottle of brandy. I take out a bottle of brandy from my backpack while we're in the orchard, and I'm like, "Oh, look! I found this bottle while in our adventures, and of course I cannot drink. I can drink a little bit, but it's not good for me to drink. So I was wondering, would you like some?"
Little girl, you shouldn't be drinking things like
Exactly,
that.
that's why I'm giving you.
Let me take it from you, and I'll look after it, and maybe give it to your friends.
No, you can drink it here while I'm doing that because it's nice and warm, and I'm sure you need a drink while I'm gathering the apples because it will be boring for you to wait here. But we can celebrate.
Why don't you give him a persuasion roll?
I'm just trying to see what I've got. I'll run the persuasion, but 13.
Is that a 13, was it?
Yes.
Aye, well, look, you go off and collect up some apples. I'll sit here and I'll carry them back. You go off and collect them.
Oh wait, do you know what? I can do a blood curse on him.
straight up.
It's a bit extreme.
You've convinced him. You don't need to do any curses.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. So sorry, I thought he was going back.
No, he's going to sit on his backside and watch you collect the apples while he attends to the brandy.
So yeah, and I'm keeping an eye when he's going to fall asleep.
Okay, well, you came up around lunchtime. Oh, blimey, let me see. He drinks enough of the brandy watching you collect the apples, and he's sort of like singing a to himself, and You start to hear that melody drop over. It takes an hour, and you kind of hear this melody sort of like drop off. Oh, cool, lovely. And he takes another swig, and eventually you just start to hear the sounds of as
Okay,
he's sleeping underneath an apple tree.
good. And
It's gonna discover Mavity.
then
Yes.
I take out from my bag my blanket and I approach very slowly. Is there anybody around? Is it anything else around? Any other people?
Unless anybody else went off to the orchards, then no. You need to ask these other guys if they went with you.
Is
I'm
anybody in
destroying
the
the
orchard?
temple.
I don't care if they are in the orchard because they know me. So, so what I do, I take my blanket and very slowly I approach him from behind, like from the top of his head, and I kind of try to cover his head, and so he cannot see what's happening. And then
This is starting to sound like an opposed strength roll.
I grapple him. So he needs
Right.
to do.
So you make a strength roll, and we'll
Yep.
see.
20, 30.
Dirty 20. You approach from behind and you start to sneak this blanket over his head. And at first, in his drunken stupor, he doesn't quite notice what you're doing until you start to feel wriggling and. But being a full grown man, he overpowers you and he stands up. You need to roll for initiative.
15.
As he jumps up, throws his blanket down, and he looks at you and he goes, "Girl, what you doing?" You act first.
Nothing.
Okay. So.
You must roll.
Okay. So, first of all, is. Sorry, because I haven't done this. So I give him my blood curse from the blood maledict. My charisma intimidation checks against him. They have advantage.
Right.
And
How do you inflict this curse upon him?
so I don't know. You can invoke a blood curse a number of times per short rest based on your level. Before it
Okay.
affects the target, you can choose to amplify the curse. An amplified curse gains an additional effect noted in the curse's description. Amplifying a curse causes you to take 1d4 points of necrotic damage that cannot be reduced in any way. I'm not going to
No, that's fine.
amplify it.
That's fine.
So I do, and then I do an intimidation roll on him.
Okie dokie.
So I roll with advantage. I'm so happy I roll with advantage because I just rolled a 1. Oh, that's better. So it's 15 plus 1, 16 intimidation roll. Kind of trying to be tall. Sit down, you fool! I'm trying. I am the master of you.
So does he get a saving throw, or if not, I'll make a straight up wisdom check.
Oh, do we lose pain?
Our audio's been pretty bad. Well, meanwhile, whilst that's going on in the orchard, what are you guys doing?
I destroyed the temple, so
You destroyed
just
the temple or the
reading the
entrance
journal of
way
Enoch. Just reading that journal, seeing if I can find any more information.
Yeah, there was some information on Enoch. Whilst Boehner's off
I'm
in the
stupid.
multi.
I've been playing the wrong
What did you
character.
You did what now?
I've been playing foe.
Never mind. Look, you didn't have a massive stress out like I did at the start and end up fucking everything up. So, you've done better than I did. Because now I have an entire retcon to do at the start of the podcast. So, I did ask Branch if he could run the stream for this precise reason that when things don't work out the way I want them to, I don't have a massive stress attack. So anyway, right, okay, let's not talk about that now. Let's get on with the game. Bane, are you back with us now, are you?
Yes.
Okay, let's resolve your combat then we'll go back to Rodeo wanted to do some reading.
Oh, can I say something? Also, as a background, as a feature, I've got the Heart of Darkness. Those who look into my eyes can see that I have faced an unmanageable horror, and I'm very dark.
Right.
And they might fear me.
They might or they do.
Though they might fear you, commoners will extend you every courtesy and do their utmost to help you. Unless you have shown yourself to be a danger to them, they will even take up arms to fight alongside you should you find yourself facing an enemy alone.
Well, this guy's not a commoner. He's a man at arms.
Yeah.
And if you try and smother him with a blanket,
he's definitely not afraid of you. He's quite angry with you.
Yeah. So, am I playing first?
Yes, you're up first. Yes.
Okay, I attack again with my.
Again, you haven't attacked once yet.
No, the first one that I did the grapple. When I tried to grapple him.
Yeah,
so
you
now,
failed on that front. Yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm going again for my. I'm sorry, I'm so confused.
Well, it's because you cut out. That's why.
I lost my characteristics. I'm so sorry. I lost my. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Okay, so I'm attacking with my claws.
Right. Okay.
Is 17 plus 6. How much is that?
17 plus 6. That
23.
would be 23. Yeah.
Does it hit?
And that hits.
Okay, and then I can. So then I can grapple. He needs to do strength check.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, he escapes. Then
It's kind of like you damaged him and then he's repelled you again. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I don't know. Something possesses my mind. Please help me. I don't know what to do that, and I don't know what's happening. It is as if somebody is using my hands to do these things to you. Please help me.
Is that the end? Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Fuck you, girl. 18 to hit you.
Yeah, it hit.
And that is 5. That's 8 points of slashing damage from his sword.
Am I think. Yeah.
Oof.
That's fine. I've got resistance, aren't I? It's slashing. Yes, okay, I've got resistance, so I take 4, isn't it?
If you got resistance, it'll be half.
Yeah.
Yep, 4.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity attack because he's been wounded by you, and he's trying to get away from you. So he's trying to run back towards the farm.
Yep.
So have an opportunity attack, and he moves 30 feet away. Gosh, she's
It's-
fucking
it-
mental.
it's, it's natural 20.
Yeah, so you hit him.
So can so when I do that, can I use it as a grapple again?
No, you just do the max damage plus your dice roll.
Okay, so
I mean,
because I don't think
unless you specifically want to grapple him rather than kill him or damage him.
I want to specifically grapple him.
Yeah, okay. With a nat 20, I'll let you have. Yeah, okay, you can do that. That's your action. You want to grapple him instead of like
Yes,
lunge
and
at
then I
him.
want to bite him.
Yeah, okay, go for the bite.
So I go for the bite, and so and so he gets. Sorry, I'm just trying to see the target hit points maximum. Okay, so I have 1d6. So 6 points of piercing damage while I'm drinking, plus
Yeah.
7 points of necrotic damage.
So 6 plus 7, so that's 12, 13 points in one round, yeah?
Yeah, and then the
Okay.
target's
That's fine. Well, hang on. Make an opposed strength check for me, please.
17.
Okay, so that's another nat 20 on my part. So this first round, you
Mhm.
grapple him and you chow down. You get that feature that we talked about.
Yes, of course. Oh, yes. Okay.
You get that feature, but he breaks the grapple. He is bigger and stronger than you. You're only a child, even though you are vampiric. He breaks the grapple and he legs it for the farm. You guys see a bloodied captain charging towards you, looking constantly back over his shoulder, blood pouring from his neck. He is clearly on his last legs, shouting, "Vampire! Vampire! Men! Come on! At arms! All of you, please! Help me!" And he's appealing to you guys. How do you react?
I cast Entangle on Captain.
Thank you.
Does he need to do anything about that? How
Strength save 13. So
how do you guys react to that with Rodeo doing such a thing? He's got a 3, by the way. 3 plus, so it's a 6.
13. So he failed them. So he's gets grasp with vines around his ankles.
And he trips over and falls flat on his face. Gottel, Brennan, and Mystery Man, how do you react to seeing all of this?
Oh, bloody hell.
I come running out the actual farmhouse with my bow in hand. I just see the actual scene sort of unfold in front of me. I look down at the captain. Where is where's Opal at this point? Do we know?
Opal's in the orchard. He's just fled from her. He's just screaming out to you all like, "Vampire!" And then he looks up at Rodo. "The fuck are you doing? What's wrong with you all?"
I don't know. Have you seen it? Oh, maybe.
Sorry, I can't do angry northern accent. Corbs, if you want to jump in at this point.
I look at Mystery Man looks at Rolio, looks down at the captain. He pulls his string on his bow, notches an arrow, and takes fire.
On who? What at the captain?
Yeah.
He looks up at you before you do so. Like, "Brother, you would do this to one of your own?"
I am no brother of yours, and I let loose of the arrow.
You pop it right through his temple and literally impale him to the floor at that range.
You see Opal running out from the woods with like her clothes are dirty and there is blood coming out from her fangs. And when she comes near to, can she finish drinking his blood?
Oh
Why
yeah,
is it-
he's only literally. It's not like
Yeah.
he's been dead for ages. He's
So
literally just died. You could
I'll
drain
drop
him.
the spell and then look at Opal and just say, get rid of him.
I
The
see
other-
where you drop the spell. Oh, sorry. Yes, your spell. Sorry. Thank you very much. I owe you guys. And then I just go on him and just drink.
The other two men leave the farmhouse. They come out and they see you, and Newell. What the bloody hell is going on out here? What are you doing? You've killed our captain.
He tried to rape me.
He saved you.
He was acting strangely. I gave him a nice bottle of brandy.
Baina, you've gone back.
Sorry?
You went a bit mousy there. It's okay. It's okay. I can edit it for
Can
the
you hear me
podcast.
now?
Would you
I
like
think
to redo what you just said? I can edit that bit out. That's fine.
It's just because I think I'm pressing something on my
That's okay.
headphone set. So
You could.
I gave him a bottle of brandy that I had, and because I'm a child, I cannot drink, and he tried to rape me, and these my friends saw him, and they killed him because he was not acting like usually. He was not himself. I don't know what possessed him. I don't know what it was, but even his voice was different.
Allow myself a slight pause there to cut this bit out because I need to go back and find the name of the other guy. Hang on. It was Newell and
Cortland, mate.
Cortland. Thank you very much, mate.
Nice.
Newell. So, input here. Newell looks at Cortland, and although they came out with swords drawn, sheathe their swords, Newell will say, he was known. We followed him as captain, but he was, well, he had his dark side. He bows his head to Opal. Hang on, no, because Opal's got. Hang on, you're like mouthful of blood, aren't you?
Just tell her to get rid of the body, but she
Yes, but
ate.
so when she got up and she started shouting, of course she not wiped, but you cannot see the fangs. You can see like as if somebody hit you. You know what I mean? As if I was.
Okay. Let's do it this way.
I can do a performance check if you want.
You do performance. I'm doing your performance sets the DC. I'm doing insight.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Yeah, they're like, yes, he was known. He had. All right, little lady. Just step away from the body, and we'll do what we need to do with it. And I'm sorry for your troubles. I mean, we've all been through hard times as of late, and well, it is what it is, isn't it?
For the support. And she starts walking as if she's very shaken towards the farmhouse.
They look at you. They pop a hand on your shoulder, perhaps, to steady you, and they take the body of the captain and they proceed away from the farm. with it. Whether they're going to burn it or something, you don't know. But they move away from the farm with it.
Are you coming with us, with me, guys?
Who are you talking to? Them
to the
or
group,
your
to
party?
the group, to my party.
Yeah, well, what do the party want to do at this point? I mean, you've got that status that we talked about outside of party chat as well, Baina. Now,
I don't see.
you are happy.
Oh yes, I know I'm happy. Yes, I remember that. Yes,
Yeah, that's what
that's
you
why
are.
my charisma check was so high.
Yeah, you are
before.
happy.
Yes,
Relia's just going to shake his head and walk off.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much a point for me to butt out and let you guys talk through some shit because that was a pretty hefty scene.
Are you guys? Can I talk to you, please? Can we talk?
Relia's just going to carry on then. He's ignoring her.
It seems that we do need to talk a bit, Opal.
Yes, we
Seem-
do.
It seems like you've got some explaining to do.
Yeah, I do. But can we talk somewhere? Just us.
Sure.
I think here's more or less, to be fair, I think here's the better place to do it than no other.
Sorry, what?
I think here's the better place to do it than any other.
Yes.
Many eyes watching us and making sure nothing can happen.
And this mystery man, he just casually reaches around and just draws, not just sort of reaches around, just gets another arrow out and holds his bow down to his side and puts the arrow just sort of tapping the actual the tang of the bow,
There is a
the
reason
string of the bow.
I have to do that to survive. And I do respect you, and I don't want to. I want you to be safe of me, and I didn't ask for it. As you can see, I'm a child. I never asked for it. It was given to me without even getting my permission, and I need to survive. And unfortunately, this is what I have to pay.
How often do you have to pay this price?
I don't remember that bike. How often is it every 3 days, or we didn't say specify, did we?
No, there was a time
Or is it every
constraint.
5?
Without looking it up off the top of my head, you had, I believe it was 2 days. So if you fed, like now you have fed, you have 2 days of that, and I believe that happy condition then fades, and you become, you have to feed again to become, and there were consequences. You role play it out, and I'll let me just get the notes back up, and I'll remind you.
Okay. Yes, I do have to feed every few days. Otherwise, I will become really hungry and not able to control myself and become the monster that I am. And it's something I need to do.
Let me just roll it. Let me roll it for you in this instance. Okay, it's 1d4. You've got 3 days that you know you're sated for, and then you will need blood again.
Okay. So yeah, every 3 days I have to feed like that.
And is it
And
sentient blood only, or will livestock do?
You know that humanoid blood is best, but animal blood, although it won't sate you, it will take away the urge.
But I won't be happy, so I need to.
You won't
So
get the happy condition.
so animal blood can be used, but it will not completely satisfy me, which means that every now and then I need to feed on human blood just to control myself from start attacking innocent people.
Right.
So
So I suggest that you buy yourself a pet that you can take along with you for those longer voyages.
but I can also drink from um, people who are happy to donate, and I I can control. If I drink a little bit, I can control it and not. Of course, I don't kill every time I drink somebody.
Well, I
If
think
this
that I speak for all of us, Opal, when I say that we suspected something like this for a while. But we have killed a fair few people who have deserved their punishment in our days. Do you not think perhaps you could limit your appetite to them? This man was an innocent. We rescued him today.
I know, but I had no choice. It was either him or one of you. Not It's not a threat. It's just I was hungry. I had no choice.
Okay. Well,
We're on a farm.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. I had no choice because I would have been, even if I had animal blood, I would have needed to be fed again. And because we are somewhere that I don't know where we're going to go next, I needed to get ready and be prepared for the rest part of our trip.
But you said animal blood could hold it off there, and we've got horses in the stable.
I don't expect you to understand how it feels, and I don't want to lie. I can drink from animals, but it will not be the same. And I don't know how I will be able to control myself. Um, and I don't want to pose any threat
You
to
don't
our
pose any threat to
family.
me because my bar's shut.
ting ting ting.
They will say
Yes,
you won't get anything out of me except
I
broken
know,
teeth.
but there are three more companions in our party, and I do not want to pose any threat to them.
That's
And
why I was asking about why the farm animals wouldn't have been any good for you there, or our horses, or
because they are not, they are. It is as if it. So, what do you usually use for you to? I don't know. Is it oil or
WD 40.
okay? If somebody gives you WD 15, it's not going to be the same. It will help you, but not make you feel full.
Right, so
My only question is, if we're to have you along with you, how do we not know that you won't do what you just done to him, to us? That's my only question. I understand you can fight. If you can guarantee me that you're not going to do this to any of us, I haven't got a problem with you being with us.
Uh, this is what I'm saying. I did that to him because I never want to go against you because you are my companions, and you have saved me several times through the battle, and we
I
are a team.
think that, Opal, although it is a shame that we have hit this situation, I know what it is like to be an outcast. And I. It's a shame that you did not feel you could trust us in this time, and it grew to this point where it was such an outburst and horrible situation. But you know that you can trust us now, and we know your secret, and we can help you to manage this. So I think this mysterious stranger does not need to worry so much because now there are four of us that can assist with your appetite.
Yes. Yes, it was difficult to trust anybody because I never asked for it, and somebody just stared me without even asking me if I wanted to, and I was just a child. So you can understand that my trust levels are not the best for for people around me.
Yeah.
But yes, I do apologize that I had this outburst, but because I was feeling the hunger and I did not want to damage any of you, that's why, or any of the farmer or his children or his family. That's why I kind of went for the easiest morally prey.
Well, I won't say I agree with what's happened here, but I understand why it was necessary.
And I promise when I start feeling like that, I can control it for a few, maybe a day or two with some animal blood, but I will need to get fed.
Okay, we will consider this.
Right. Well, we've got a 2-day journey back to town. I suggest that we get a crack on there because
No, it's fine. I can always drink a little bit of the horse. I don't need to kill. I
it's a fine vintage.
I don't
Well,
need to kill. I don't need to kill.
you're sated for 3 days. It's a 2-day journey back. Now, it doesn't mean that after 3 days you absolutely 100%
Yes,
have to
exactly.
feed.
Yeah.
It just means you're not going to get the conditions of happy
Yes,
if
yes.
you, yeah. And for anyone listening to this, and for the players, it's a condition I've kind of stole from Baldur's Gate 3 with Astarion, the happy condition. When he feeds, he's happy, and I think it lasts for a long rest. But I said, well, we'll roll that on a D4, and it lasts as long as a D4 lasts. So after D4 days, Opal will have to feed again, or there are consequences. I do have a consequences table for Opal. Um, so is the general sort of consensus you want to head back to Porthbury? I'm guessing with ill news of you didn't capture a griffin.
I thought it was long rest and then heading out.
It's entirely up to you. Just to remind you, on the halfway point, you do have that tavern that you previously attended. Um, I think it was called the Halfway House. I will have to double check my notes.
Opal is happy to rest before we go, as we said, if
Um,
everybody wants to rest.
again, yeah, that's fine. And again, if anyone wants to do any role play, this is a perfect time to do it, so I can refresh myself on places and names.
The mystery man will approach Opal and try and catch her alone and ask if he can have a little chat.
Yes, of course. Feel free to ask whatever you want.
I'm not asking any questions, but I will say word of what's happened here will get back. And as he says that, he sort of reveals his brooch, the order to her, and he says, "I done you a deed by saving your life, by not actually finishing off the captain."
I tried, but he managed to escape. But thank you for that. I owe you a favor. And by the way, what is your name?
The name's Forgan.
Reveal!
The name's Forgan. You're a fighter, and that's what I like.
Thank
But
you,
I
Mom.
put my neck on the line for you. And I will continue to do so all the time that we are together. But I want one promise.
Hmm.
The only promise I want is that you do not harm me or our companions.
I will never do that. That I will never do that. You have my promise on that, and I will put my neck also for you guys, for you and everybody else in the group, because, as I said before, we are a team, and that's why um, I I don't have companions very often, and I do appreciate them. It's a
Then
very
it,
lonely, long life, 500 years now.
then it shall be so. And as he says that, he gets up and he just walks away.
Now, before you walk away, I don't know if I asked you this. I think I did outside of the game. How old is Forgan? And for those of you following along with this listening, podcast listeners, I like the whole Tolkien-esque immortal elf type thing. Forgan is an elf. How old is Forgan?
Forgan is. He is 200 years old.
So there's a level of appreciation for what she just said,
Yes.
which said I've been here for 500 years. She's actually kind of your better
See,
in a
I'm
way.
older than
You're
you.
elder at the very
I'm your
least.
elder.
She is.
Just something to put out there. But this also ties into a question that
I'm
Corbs
26.
had.
Yes, that.
How Aurelio's 26. Corbs Gossel had a question. Did he know much about the battle mages? I have written an entire piece of lore about the battle mages. I would. So what are we doing? Are we traveling back to Porthbury?
Yes. After a
Okay.
while. That long.
So I would say while on horse and cart, perhaps the first night you arrive back at the, I think it was called the Last Inn Tavern. You maybe arrive there and take on, food, drink, supplies, whatever you need to refresh yourselves. A bath, perhaps, because what you've been through, getting your clothes washed would be probably welcoming. For Gottel, we spoke, or he wanted to know about the battle mages. Gottel, could you give me a history check, please?
Yes. So right. So where do we want it? Oh, that's a straight 5.
It's a straight 5. Uh, uh, Okie dokie. Okay. Would you perhaps? Ooh, let me think. You wanted to ask about the battle mages. Did Gottel remember anything? What was that text I sent you actually on your chat about battle mages?
Oh,
Did I know? So I said during mixed time alive, battle mages would have been a thing, but yeah, it would have been knowledge. What knowledge would have been passed on magically through the armor? Unfortunately, you just don't retain enough knowledge, or whatever the case may be. It's just not there for you to utilize that knowledge. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
that's all right. That's right. So
However, would you talk about that with? Because it was in the journal. Whoever was reading the journal, whether it was read aloud, would you discuss that with the group? Would anybody else like to sort of delve into that, or?
I believe earlier I did read it out loud for you. It was out loud. And I can't exactly remember what it was. I've done so
Again,
well on my notes up until that point.
It's another RP point. If you want to delve into a bit of lore, feel free. You know, you've had a pretty labor-intensive delve into a dungeon. This does count as a long rest at the last inn, by the way. This is your last. This is the pub stop before you go back to town. And I will say, for next episode, you are going to be leveling up to level 3.
Yay.
But if you want to, again, this is a point of discussion. You know, it's just an RP option moment. You've had a lot of shit in the last couple episodes, so. And I was very surprised at how quickly Rolio solved the puzzle to get you out of that dungeon.
He's got high intelligence. I'll give that.
you got. I was like, they're never going to solve this one.
I'm the worst when it comes to puzzles and riddles. I don't have the patience.
Yeah, no, I was very surprised.
Oh,
no, if you want to talk about it,
intelligence.
go for it. There might be some lore to discover. If you don't, we'll just press on and we'll get back to Porthbury. But this is you will spend out of the group funds. Let's call it 5 gold, and that'll be your room, your food, your drink for the night, and that will get you up to a full rest. A long
Each,
rest.
is it?
No, just 5 gold for the party. So if someone wants to expend 5 gold, that will get you up to your full rest. And this is, like I said, this is the last point. If you want to talk about anything, or we'll just go straight back to Porthbury, and that's probably we'll end the session ready for next time.
Hey,
So I hand it. It's over to you guys.
Would I have learned any more from reading the book at the farm? Or was that interrupted?
The journal. So what I was trying to say was at the start, but like I said, I was flustered because streaming and stuff. So now I'm not flustered. I will read you the bit that I was trying to do. So tying up loose ends was the bit I was trying to incorporate. This is basically a journal entry which tied up what I said from the last session. So I created a couple of loose ends. Again, sorry, podcast listeners, because I would have already explained this at the start. Let me see, where can I jump in? There would have been an entry stating that the magistrate had discovered that Enoch had made this infernal contract and that he was saying abracadabra a lot. But when he didn't, his spells wouldn't go off and he forgot them. It seemed to have something to do with his hat and staff. He was expelled from the order, but before he was, the other magisters would tease him, and as a final insult, all the things they wanted to keep safe were placed into these warded cases using those words. It was meant to be a reminder in a way to him so that he wouldn't lose all his powers. At the end of his life, they took pity on him and he died at the monastery. They locked away that hat and staff in the hope that its evil entity would do no further harm. But as we now know, that evil entity has got some kind of grip on Opal. Or at least Opal knows that anyway. But that's what I was trying to say at the start of the thing. But like I said, streaming stress. It's why we're not streaming anymore. We're not doing streaming because it stresses me out. It flusters me and I end up cocking up.
No, so Relio's in a bit of a huff with Opal, so he wouldn't ask her about the staff or the hat at the moment. Just the way he is on that. So we wouldn't really talk about them to her right now, anyway. In regards to that, so I guess it is straight back to town then.
Well, unless the now revealed Forgan, Brennan, or Gottel would like to talk about anything. Otherwise, yes, we will say the day resumes and we head off to town.
Oh, good.
Nothing.
Okie dokie. Well, the night passes uneventfully. You probably drink and eat in, I imagine, awkward silence. Maybe a few conversations spark up. But you make your way back for the final trip to Porthbury. Make your way back into town. You make your way back to the garden district where your cottage is and your butler, who seems to be out at the moment, possibly shopping.
Did pay him. I remember I paid him.
But yeah, I mean, you can deduct 5 gold, I suspect.
I can pay him if you want. Never mind.
Pay him in Werther's originals.
Do you want to? Opal can pay it. It's not a problem.
I don't think you ever actually agreed how much you were going to pay him.
Didn't I just chuck him like 20 gold and then
You could chuck him
left?
20 gold. The thing is, he's
No,
upkeeping.
before we left.
Oh, did you? I don't know. I can't remember now.
I think so.
But he's basically upkeeping the cottage, right? So he's like making sure you got constant supply of. So when you do return, there's food, your
Bacon.
beds are everything. Yeah, bacon. Everything is looked after. Dougal McGuigan was his name, wasn't it? He basically makes sure the house has got supplies when you return, and he's just doing his general upkeep, keeping it tidy, keeping it clean. If you bunged him 20 gold before you went, you don't need to worry about it for an hour. We're going to say 5 gold a month would upkeep it, so you've got like 4 months worth of upkeep. And I wouldn't have tracked this sort of thing before, but I think it's quite fun to track it in terms of will Dougal, will he become horrible and nasty if you don't upkeep paying him? I don't know, but for now, you return and everything's fine, and you've still got that case there from the governor, who wants it, Governor Celadon, who wants it delivered to Orofan. But you return empty-handed in terms of the griffin. However, you do have the necklace that you needed to pay back, Rolio.
Flip. Mm.
We don't need to roleplay it out. We can just say you drop it off if you want to, and then you of course
I was going to do
have
both at the same time.
Okay, in that case, you still need to go and get the other one then.
Yeah.
The other artifact.
The bridle. Sorry.
The bridle, yep, that's right.
Sweet. Other than that, then I think I'm good anyway. Keep saying we. But I'm good.
Upon return to the Garden District, Opal.
Yeah, no, I'm here. Sorry.
That's all right. The sort of gate guards of the Crimson Blade, they look at you, they regard you, and you see like maybe one of them was like takes in a deep breath, and they look at you and give you a grin. They know what you are.
My eyes are very dark.
Oh, I think it's the contrary. I think they're really red.
No.
You can describe your eyes as you want, but you look upon them and their eyes are crimson red.
Their eyes are crimson red.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
You can describe your eyes the way you want them, but they know what you are.
But what about them? Are they also?
Why don't you give me a perception check?
Ooh. 15 plus blah 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 2. 17.
You are a kin.
Oh shit. Oh shit. She doesn't like that. When I say that, who are these guards?
The Order of the Crimson Blade.
All of them.
They are a personal guard. They are what do you call them? Mercenaries, basically, within Porthbury. They are. I've described it already. The Crimson Blade are mercenaries who are very wealthy. They make a lot of money with traders as personal bodyguard outside of the city. So traveling across Melith, they transport all kinds of people and goods, or protect caravans, and they're the muscle, they're the hired muscle, which gets people from point A to point B. But as you wouldn't know this unless Opal tells you,
Mm.
but she's realised they are the same as her.
Um,
The clue is in the name.
while we walk past them, Opal doesn't take her eyes from them. She's staring them, like, and she just bows, like not bows, but she just nods her head, like as a hello, and
And they nod.
continues.
They nod back at you. They don't. There's no animosity. They just nod at you.
Yeah,
They're
I
being
know.
paid to do a job. You are paying part of that through your rent of this place. They
Yeah, no, she, and when we are in the house uh, by ourselves, then I said that with you guys. So I, so be careful not to be left alone with any of the guards of the
Blade.
Crimson what?
the
Sorry,
Blade.
crimson blade.
the Crimson Blade, because they are.
You don't get the impression though that they're out to hurt or kill people. You just get you know what they are,
I
but
know, but at the
they're
same
not.
time, I have to.
But they are a well-renowned mercenary group that escort people across the land. They are not out to kill or hurt people. They have a reputation to maintain. They
Maybe
they just they are what they are.
actually, maybe she can ask them how they maintain without killing people. So yeah, no, you have to be aware that I just saw the guards of the Crimson Blade, and they are what I am, and I don't think there is any risk, immediate risk from them, because I don't think they are out to get victims. But just be aware that if you ever be alone with any of them, just be aware to not completely trust them.
The guards of the Crimson Blade are all little girls.
No, they're vampires.
All right, so sorry I got the wrong end of the stick there.
That's but you don't need to worry. They're not
I
going.
was going to say it's probably a good idea I didn't go up to them and say you're all little girls, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they can harm you, like in a way that they can harm a human being.
I will say, perhaps there is a good time to leave it. You have returned back to your cottage in the Garden District. Perhaps it's late in the day and you've all sort of maybe taken on food and drink and retired to your beds. But in the middle of the night, Gottel, you wouldn't be asleep for this, so you would probably maybe have heard sounds leading up to it. But for everyone else, there is an immediate, and you probably all jump up in your beds, crash, bang, wallop of pans and plates clattering about the place and falling upon the floor. And
Bloody
you all
butler.
open your doors to find, yes, there he is in the kitchen, absolutely hammered. Oh, I was just looking for the bacon. I'm sorry. Go back to bed. And I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
And Opal just whispers under her nose, not loud, but I can show you the bacon. and this is how the camera takes away.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thanks for playing. I'm sorry about the start. Like I said, I was very stream flustered. It was it played on my head a little bit, so yeah, cocked up. But we recovered and we got the session done. So
Nice, mate. Yeah, just remember to send me that the stuff through, like